Okay, starting over. We had an eventful day yesterday. We whole day of travel, and at the very end of it, we arrived in Whitehorse, but our luggage did not. So we were missing our rifle and missing this entire tote. So luckily I had all my camera gear in my carry-on, and I highly recommend that if you're gonna be filming a hunt. So worst case scenario, this didn't show up, we could still make it work, but it would have been a lot of heartbreak. So luckily we got it, and I'm just gonna run you through everything I'm gonna bring camera side. I'll cover all the camera stuff at the very end, but get to the camp stuff first. First off, pack. Got a Kifaru hoodlum with a Sherman pocket and an organizer guide lid on top. And this is on a Kifaru arc frame, so super light, really cool. It's what I've been training with the entire time. I love it. Threw a Peak Design clip on there, and that's what I'm gonna attach my camera to for a majority of the trip. Got a Clement puffy jacket. That's the puffy layer. Gonna be accessible most of the time. A lot of this stuff just thrown in, however it worked when I had to pack it out, so no rhyme or reason. But we got trekking poles. I got some zip ties to tie everything back up when we get done with the trip. Simple beanie and some camp shoes. So Joe didn't bring camp shoes, but I thought, you know, I didn't bring one in the last hunt and it was miserable. So time to get out of those boots at the end of the day. Joe also didn't bring a pillow. I brought a pillow. Everybody's like, don't bring a pillow, just wad up your puffy, but I don't know, I wanted that little bit of luxury. I want to make sure I could actually sleep good and didn't want to risk it. Camera side, we got a cotton carrier. So this is something that I don't really use a ton. I like it, it's well built, but like it just wasn't for me. I brought it with this one on this hunt specifically because I wanted a way to carry a bigger camera if we were going to do a stalk in, and I didn't want to throw my longer lens in the back. This way I could get it on my chest and have it accessible. And also we might have ridden on horses, gone horseback in, so that would have been a way to carry my main camera, so I wouldn't be wearing a backpack, so I wouldn't have to handhold it the whole time. So don't know if I'm going to bring it up or not, but probably will, just to have it, just in case. Some Kifaru pullouts, freeze-dried food's going in there. We're going to get that from our outfitter. Smart wool briefs and some darn tough socks. This is what we're going to be living in most of the time. So somewhere down here I got changes of these. I got 2 of these and 3 of these. So that's clothes the entire time. Base layer is it's a 2.0 half zip. I think this is the 150 weight. For the top, I'm going to be wearing that the entire time. For the pants, these are the 3/4 zip off, or full zip, 3/4 length bottoms. Going to be living in these for sure. Also from 2.0, we got gaiters. Seeing a lot more apparel, so I'm going to keep rolling with it. We got a full set of rain gear from 2.0. This stuff's sweet. Joe said we're definitely going to need it where we're going, so going to have that at the ready. And then rain gear top. Got some more pullouts, I think. Okay, yeah, so this is socks and underwear. And we got a little bit of foot powder in there too. Moving on, another pullout, and this is going to be headlamp, some batteries, a lot of the, I wear contacts, so I got a whole set of contacts in here for the entire time. Toothbrush, toothpaste, some butt wipes, titanium spoon, coffee, and I got some peanut butter packets in there. Brought a book. Been holding this one onto this one for like a 1.5 years. Finally going to pull the trigger and read it out here. Excited for this one. So, Dark Energy, they got a new solar panel. And I could talk a long time about how I plan on running all my camera batteries and keeping everything charged. So this is their 18 watt, their new panel. Super slick, super light. I tested it a bunch when I got it. Haven't tested it actually in the backcountry, so this will be a good time to try it out. But this will basically work in tandem with a couple other things that I'll explain later. And they got all their kit with that about how to set it up. Pack cover. I brought a butt pad, so plan on wrapping up my big lens with this when it's in the pack, and also if I want to sit down and not hurt my butt. That'll be exciting. 2.0, or no, it's not 2.0, this is a Kifaru Gator, one of their new ones. Part of the sleep system is a Nemo Tensor sleeping pad. A little bit heavier, higher on the R value though. I sleep pretty cold, so I think I can get away with having that. Crampons are in here. If you watched Joe's video, I got the same ones as him. Camera cover, so having this at the ready. This one's for the long lens, and then I got a smaller camera cover in here somewhere, just for when it starts to get rainy, but you don't want to put everything in the pack. Just gonna throw camera covers on. Titanium cup. Here's a small cover. Pair of gloves. These are just mechanics gloves for when we get to the top and things get a little shaly. It's just something to have so we're not cutting up our hands. And then for me, I get super cold all the time, so I'm gonna have merino gloves on most of the time, just cut the chill out a little bit. Tent, borrowing James's Hubba Hubba 2, two-person from MSR tent. Thing's really slick. Everything's in there minus trekking poles, and stakes are in here. Jump to this. Sleeping bag, 28 degree slick bag from Kifaru. Same one as Joe. And then something different that I brought is the Kifaru, their Lost Park Parka. So heavier weight, a little bit more weight and bulk to the bag, but a really nice insulating top that if we're gonna be sitting there for a long time, I don't wanna be shaking holding the camera. Throw that on, keep me warm. So jump into the more exciting stuff camera-wise. So this time, switch things up a little bit. Got an all new system. I'm running two Sony A7 IVs. One of them is recording right now, and the other one is right here. And so, not bringing a change of lenses. Basically, these lenses are going to live the entire time on the body. That way we don't get any dust or moisture in there. The one for the goat lens is going to be a 150 to 600 Sigma. Tested this thing out a bunch. Works really, really well. I like it a lot. Definitely heavy, but basically my rifle out there. The other one has a 24-70 on there. That's going to be 90% of the film. Anything with Joe is going to be on there. I have some ideas on how to use this for some interesting shots, but for the most part, all the footage is going to come from that camera. Dark Energy, a bunch of cords and cables and stuff. In here we also have a couple filters. I have a polarizing filter specifically for the long lens, with the whole idea of, can I cut some of that glare off when it gets really sunny? You know, try to make everything a little bit more clear on those long range shots. We got ND filters for both lenses. For sound, I got a nice Rode NTG on the main camera. These are DJI Mic 2s. That's how we're going to run wireless lavs on Joe. Two Poseidon Pros from Dark Energy. InReach. And then a couple notebooks there just to keep track of shot lists, keep track of the days, keep track of batteries, keep track of memory. Everything else camera-wise is in this little pull-out from Kifaru, just so I can easily have everything in there. Batteries are in here, memory cards. Basically, I have it all in here, so at the end of the day, I can pull this out, throw it in my sleeping bag, keep everything warm and safe, and keep the cameras outside. Don't want any of that moisture to come in when I'm taking cameras out of cold environment into warm, warm into cold. Keep the cameras outside, keep batteries and everything inside. I think that's about it for me. So this will be a different one. We did a couple hunts a while back, shot those on a different camera, whole different system. Excited to test out my theories on how I can get the project done in the backcountry with no access to power other than solar, and also no access to a computer to dump memory cards. So not going to go into the super nitty-gritty on exactly everything I have. If people are interested in it and everything goes well, I'll absolutely make another video. going into every single small detail on types of cards I brought, types of batteries, how many cards, how much runtime I can have with the batteries, and how much record time with the cards. All that comes into play when you don't have access to any sort of computer, generator, or any type of power. So, but for right now, that's pretty much everything, and all that's going in this pack.